So, Ethereum has done this thing again, and it's doing it where, like, it's going up. It has the bull trend again, and had it this week. I went up and went crazy. And so, people are stupid. Oops. And who knows? Maybe it'll do it again. I think people are like just following whatever the graph has been showing and does that thing, and then there's all these like matrices of predictionalism, and all that is a bunch of mumbo jumbo of the same thing repeating itself because of the same fears and the same as I don't know how to say that right. Actually, there's some other words for this nonsense. And yeah, because I'm also looking at Litecoin, but Litecoin, BTC, and Ethereum, and I also mentioned Ethereum Classic, because like all these coins are different beasts of the nature, meaning that we start to look at the financial system more not as a stock market, but as a money, decentralized money market. It's actually hard to say this because this is like a newer thing. They want to move away from US dollar, and by they I mean the people that are trading, the people that are controlling the money. Slowly they're realizing that this is good. But then there's the people that control the US dollar that don't want this to happen. And what they're doing is they're giving kickbacks to all these coins that are being regulated by these regulators. Who are the regulators? It depends. So there's the regulators for Tether, for USC, and some of these are pretty good ways of sending money too. So it's still like in this like battle zone between free coins, decentralized coins, and some of these centralized coins, and USD kind of like playing a role of a currency exchange currency. Because if you start exchanging also currencies, you find that the British pound, the euro, Canadian dollar, maybe New Zealand, I don't remember New Zealand dollar or pound or whatever, are sort of the other mediums of exchanging crypto into fiat money. So like there's this medium between fiat money and crypto, then there's this median of stocks, and then there's the medium of fiat currency to people's minimum wage. And then there's the cost of gas and crude oil. So crude oil is sort of like a stock, but it's more of a commodity. Then there's gold and silver. So like you got like these like corporate players, I call them, in this whole money situation. Because like gold is money, but you have to have it. It sucks. Bitcoin is money, but you have to have power. It sucks. I mean, like you gotta have like some sort of device with electricity running through it, and like a way to store a bunch of passwords and stuff. Terrible. So like, how is this gonna affect this weekend's ending before the market opens? Because like, I call it like the ending of the Bitcoin trade, because this is like when the markets for the Bitcoin kind of crash. Everybody says, oh, alright, fuck it, let's go fucking bull run some oil, let fucking BTC collapse, fucking let Ethereum collapse, and who cares what happens to Litecoin? It'll just be like weird. Like the only like the investors and a few like really weird small traders will figure out what like to do with that. So nobody knows what's happening with that. Those ones, and it's like the big ones just kind of follow the same pattern, I think. While the small ones and the meme ones and whatever stable coins all kind of like do their own thing too. So it's like, oh, there's no real pattern here. It's just kind of whatever the graph kind of shows. And some people will be like, all right, so Ethereum can't go too much off of BTC. Like you can't have BTC increase twice without Ethereum increasing 5%. Like they're going to be like kind of moving in the same direction because they're both crypto. Like if BTC is worth more, Ethereum is to be worth more. Like there's like this rule, but it's like an unwritten rule, and it doesn't always follow that rule. Like I've seen it where it goes the complete opposite, where people are just like, let's take all the money out of BTC, throw all into Ethereum. So Ethereum's new and it's better. And then it's like, oh no, that was stupid because there's less volume. Yeah, so my prediction is that BTC will hit 70,000. I don't know if it's going to be on Monday or Wednesday. This is the real critical issue. And then it could crash back to 67 again. Just like, oh, this is no big deal. I mean, like, it could even crash to 60, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Because, like, this is what BTC does. It's like, it just makes the market more volatile. It's just the chaos it creates as being a thing. It's just like, cool. You know, it's like my favorite money currency and my least favorite because it's just like it makes money the future, which is good. But then there's like all these other cryptocurrencies which is kind of bad and good. It's like Mia coin, I can't buy that anywhere, but I want to buy it because it's like cheap and it's gonna go up later. According to another trader, just like, oh well, this went up like 70% because like it's a stable coin or whatever. Or like the ones with the actual good algorithm behind them, they're good to get because like they're not just stupid meme coins. Stupid meme coins are stupid. At any given point, somebody can just sell out and it just turns into trash. It's like if you buy trash, then you're like just inflating trash. It doesn't do anything. With Ethereum, I want to see like cool websites, like exchanging stuff. Oh, this is actually a pretty good kombucha can because it doesn't really taste that good though. They don't really taste that good. I think this is Sprouts, yeah. But I like the can because you can unpeel the sticker and then you create a robot out of it. Yeah, so because there's this recycling project and it's gonna, I guess, include Bluetooth and batteries from headphones. And I guess because Bluetooth audio signals would be good. Way to communicate. Why not just like use two Bluetooths or something? I don't know, people, it's dangerous. moves that fast. It's just like slow. The Bitcoin moves so fast. It makes Ethereum like move slow. But it's got so much more value in Ethereum. It has like almost 2,000 times more value. But Ethereum has almost, what's it called? 100 times or something? Or 50 times more value than LTC. And there's also Dogecoin. So like all this just, it's really complicated, like to the point where it's like, oh, what about Binance Coin? So it's like, if you just take like the most common coins, you would like pick the top 5, who are the top 5, let's say who's the top 10, let's say who's the top 20, and you will have like different results. You won't always like agree on like the top 5, you won't always agree on the top 10, like the more you go, the more you disagree. It makes sense. And this is how like the price should work. Like there's not a lot of stuff going on around Binance or other exchange networks, and Binance Coin is kind of more worthless, I guess. So what's going to happen to, I guess, Dogecoin and Binance Coin this week? Well, they went down or something. Now they're going to go back up. They just like, it's like a little like dance they like to do. It goes like, it's Binance that goes to like 570, and it goes back up to 600, and it does it like in these 2 steps. It'll go to like to 585, sit there for like a minute, decide if it's going up or down, and then just start going that direction. And it just kind of does that. It doesn't really like peak too much over 600, whereas something like Ethereum, it'll just sit there, all of a sudden go to like 3,880 and then go back down to 3,780. It loves doing that. It's just like its favorite thing to do. I've noticed that. Like it loves. Whereas BTC, it likes to do this. It likes to be like, all right, I'm gonna be just weirdly in some range of 67, 428 or something, or 68, 324, and just kind of sit there randomly, going up and down a little bit here and there, moving slow, and then all of a sudden move into the 67 range if it was in the 68 range, or the other way around. If it was in the 68 range, it'll move out to 67, sort of like 200,000 off what it was in the other range. It's kind of hard to explain, but you get the picture of how I'm just replacing like these 2 number places. I'm replacing the first number. When you replace the first 2 numbers, the millions, the 67 million, to 68 million, the next 2 numbers just have a difference of like 200,000 usually. It could be 800,000 also, but it depends how you say it. But sometimes it's like an actual million, which kind of getting what the point is, but it usually isn't. That's like the key. And yeah, it's what's going to these smart trades, and it's like, it's kind of true. Not always true though. You just like lose a bunch of money though, trying to like trade risk-wise. Just any trading, it's just like, the thing I learned is like, oh, if you think it's gonna come back, but you don't have the liquidity to buy it back, oh, you're screwed. If it moves way too much in the direction that you didn't think it was gonna go, especially if your account is like $500, like super small, it's really hard to start small and go really big because you get greedy exponentially faster. Like, you have to cover your costs and cover your time. It's impossible. Like, you literally have to work for less money than recyclables in order to get yourself from like 500 into like 10,000. You will like die and starve and not have enough sleep because you have to cancel and take losses before the account gets drained. And if it gets a little drained to like 250, you're gonna die because you're just gonna have to refill your account. It's like there's one more bad trade of like Ethereum, and you are just at zero again. Oh yeah, you can just like lose like minimum wage paycheck kind of pretty quickly. That's what Ethereum will do. It'll like kill a minimum wage paycheck maybe twice or 3 times a week on the weekends. And on the weekdays, it'll probably just be like doing sort of the same thing it did on the weekend, but just more slower motion and some other pattern. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to notice. When the stock markets and the commodity markets close on Friday, because there's like New York Stock Exchange or Singapore or something. And I actually have to look this up. I bet it's like on Trading View or something. It's like really interesting to know, but I don't even know like everybody knows all this. They probably do. That's the thing, so many people that know all the standard stuff, they're just like also kind of like following the standard program. Whereas somebody that doesn't know all the standard stuff is better off just because like they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking about, oh look, it should behave this way. And they're ignoring, hey, on Friday the market's just gonna close. And I've had like luck with that because like I was just like, well, the oil is just gonna go up. And then like all of a sudden it freezes. I'm like, what happened? Oh, I have to wait like 48 hours for this to just start up again. And what it does is just like marvelous. Like everybody on the weekend forgot what happened. Like they didn't even have the trade open. I already had the trade open over the weekend. But it's kind of a risky thing too, because like let's say it just flips the other way. It could be like really screwed. It could be, but oil's not gonna drop that fast. But like oil is one of those things you trade. It doesn't move up or down, kind of like Ethereum can. You can't just go like to 4,000 and just drop back another like $200 like really fast. It's still the percentage though. investment in Bitcoin whenever there's like a tax refund and oil. It'll just like be like kind of like a little hiccup in the market when the U.S. refund of taxes hits after everybody gets their identity pin. All right, so that's my